Good morning time, good evening time, good afternoon time, whatever time it may be in your part of the world. Welcome to Crisscrossing Wires. And I want to say hello to my Surronian friends out there. Now, normally on the fun tip, when it comes to Surrons, I'm usually on a search and destroy mission with that thing right there. But today I come to you, Surron guys, as a brother in our brotherhood, as we are all e-bikers. What I want to share with you, Surronians, today is a tip on how you can save your son, save yourself a ton of money DIYing your own 72 volt upgrade, that being battery system and controller. Now, for right now, the going process out here is what mostly everyone is doing in the Surron world, I believe, and that is either going with a light speed or a Chi battery and a back 4,000 or 8,000 EMOTO Bros. Okay, that will cost you anywhere from about $2,000 to $2,500 for the battery, and then we're talking maybe another grand for the controller, give or take. What I'm going to offer you today is a DIY solution that will save you tons of money. And in fact, if you do this on your own, you can do exactly the same thing, at least with the same amount of power, either close to it or more than what I just told you, for 1/3 the cost, meaning around $1,000. You can upgrade your stock battery system from 60 volt to a 72 volt system and upgrade your controller to a high current, high power controller for the cheap. Okay, now I'm going to explain that to you in this video. However, if you want to see that done visually firsthand, you may have to join my Patreon for that. But if you can follow some directions and just listen and hear what I have to say, you can do it on your own with the information that I'm giving out right now for free. Now, you can check out my description for another video I did on battery upgrade, and it's basically going over the same type of tech. But the bottom line is that you can upgrade your existing battery system without buying a completely new battery. Now, most of us have a battery in our bikes right now that's worth anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500, and that's with our stock battery. Nobody wants to spend another $1,500 or $2,000 on another battery to upgrade your system. So if you could take your stock battery or whatever battery you're running right now and build upon that and save yourself tons of money, why wouldn't you do it? Okay, so down here I have some visuals of basically the concept that I'm talking about. Now, what I have here is a 23 amp hour 72 volt Onyx battery. All right, let's say that, for a hypothetical, this was the Onyx we were talking about, and this guy wanted to go from 72 volts to roughly 96 volts and not go out and buy a whole entirely new battery, a 96 volt one. Okay, now we all know that a 72 volt battery fully charged is 84 volts. Okay, now this particular Onyx battery is 23 amp hour, right? Now what I have here in this box, I'm sure you guys seen them before, are some LiPo packs. Now these LiPo packs range in capacity from 7,000 milliamp on up to 1,000 milliamp. In fact, I just ordered 4 1,000 milliamp packs. They'll be here tomorrow. Now 1,000 milliamps, as you know, is the same as 10 amp hours, as I said. Now these are 11.1 volts at 9 amp hours. Okay, so 2 of these makes 11.1 volts at 18 amp hours if you were to run them in parallel. They also have, this is a 3S, they also have a 4S, which is 14.5 volts, and they have a 6S, which is 22.2 volts. Now if the Onyx owner wanted to run a 96 volt system instead of buying a brand new 96 volt battery, he could get 2 of these. If sorry, I got interrupted. You could take 2 of these if they were 10,000 amp hours, put them in parallel, that would be 20 amp hours. You could put that 11.1 volts in series with your fully charged 72 volt, which is 84 volts, and that would be 95 volts. Not quite 96, but 95, close enough. And yeah, you could do that without having to buy a brand new battery. You could take some wire connectors. Well, first of all, you would want to put these in parallel. You would put these 2 in parallel, and let's say you have a 40 amp hour battery. Onyx has a 43 amp hour one. Most 72 volt guys that have big batteries, they're like 40 amp hours. 4 of these, 4 10,000 amp hours in parallel would give you 40 amp hours. You could tie 4 of these in parallel and then put this 11.1 volts in series with that 84.4 volts, and you would have 95 volts. Okay, and it works. Trust me, I'm doing it on that bike right there. I have 11.1 volts at 36 amp hour in series with my 72 volt battery that's in there right now, and it works all day long, every day. Okay, now you can check out my other video which I had explaining that. Anyway, the other portion to this that you could save your money is instead of buying a BAC 4000, $1,000 controller, you could easily go out and get yourself a little Sabaton 72150, or if you wanted to get the 72200, you could get that one as well. Although you can get a 72150 and unlock it, and you're good to go. I have a 72150 in there. It's unlocked. I'm running 220 amps at 96 volts. That is a Surron killer every day, all day. And I know you don't like that, but if you're just on a stock Surron, yes indeed, it will kill you. Okay, you're gonna have to do something like what I'm explaining here in order to be able to fight me head up. Alright, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys now. You don't have to buy a completely new 96 volt Chi battery or light speed battery. No, you do not. As long as you make sure you use some heavy gauge wire and some heavy gauge, high power connectors to put those batteries in parallel, and then make a connector, a wire connector, so you can put it in series with your existing system. It will work all day long. You will not have any problems. Trust me. These LiPo packs are high output, 100C. For them in parallel is more, could probably deliver more current than your lithium pack, to be honest. But yeah, you know, these are 8 gauge wires on here. All 4 of those, you know, equals up to like a 2 gauge with that amount of current, more than enough. It can deliver more than enough current that your existing system is putting out via its BMS. So yeah, that is the DIY guys way to save yourself hella money. You could do this, what I'm telling you to do. You could get about 4 of these LiPo packs for anywhere, depending on what brand, what voltage you get, anywhere from around $400 to $600. Get you a Surron controller for $400 or $500. So you're talking $1,000. You spent $1,000 to upgrade your existing 60 volt. I know the Surrons come with 60 volts. You spent $1,000 to upgrade that 60 volt into a 72 volt battery. You know, because that's pretty much 12 volts there. You put that in series. You put 12 volts in series with your stock 60 volt, and you got a 72 volt battery. Okay. Now they also have the 6S versions, which is 22 volts. You put that 22 volts in series with your 60 volt, and you know, you got a fully charged 84 volt pack. You know, so I mean, whatever voltage you want to do, you know, you can do a 3S, you can do a 6S. They have a 4S, and they also have various capacity LiPo packs. This can be done. It is strictly DIY, and yeah, you don't have to spend $3,000 to upgrade your Surron. You could do it for $1,000 and have just as much power as those guys. Trust and believe me, right now I'm running 73 miles per hour on this bomber clone. As of right now, it's gonna go faster because I'm gonna go from 96 volts. I'm gonna add 4 more of those. I'm gonna go from 96 volts up to 105 volts. Okay, I have a QS273 and like I said, an unlocked Surron 72150 that right now I have it set at 220 line amps, about 480 phase amps. And yeah, right now we cruising about 73 miles per hour. So I expect when I throw those other 4 in series, it's gonna put me in the high 70s, you know, 77, 78, somewhere around there. And yeah, that's cooking. Fast enough for me, fast enough to eat up a few Surrons, fast enough to do some racing. So that's where I am with it. So alright guys, take it easy, take care. Check out my channel. As you can see, this is I know most of you Surron guys have never been here. This is my little modified outdoor DIY shop. I have a couple of you know, some of my first e-bikes, my first builds laying around here. I got some modified mopeds that have been converted to electric. I got you know, some other inexpensive e-bikes out there. Hyper Scorpion I'm working on modding. This mountain bike that's got some Grin Technologies conversion kit on it, UPP triangle pack, Grin Technologies 212 motor on it. You know, I'm getting ready to start building these bomber clones and selling them. You know, from low budget bombers to fully modded ones like my personal bike, which I call the Beast, because yeah, he's a beast. There's no doubt about it. And you know, on the fun, keeping things on the fun side, and this is strictly fun. You know, I ain't trying to insult none of y'all Surron bros, but any of y'all Surron dudes want some, y'all can get some. Like in Friday. You want some of Debo? You can get some of Debo. Ain't no doubt about it. This is all about fun, guys. I'm trying to have a good time and, share some tips and tricks. I haven't been in the e-bike world long, honestly, about 6 months. And guys try to tell me all the time, oh, you only been doing this 6 months. You don't know what you're doing, blase, blase. But listen, I have been doing electronics for decades, okay? I'm a 12-volt technician by trade, an electronic engineer. I have a degree in electronic engineering, okay? My last job, because I work for myself now, this is what I do. I buy and sell e-bikes, modify them. This is what I'm doing now because I love this stuff. But before that, I was supervisor at the Horseshoe Casino. We repaired the slot machines, fixed them up, and I really didn't like that too much, setting people up for failure basically, because those one-armed bandits are programmed to take your money. And that was my job, making sure those bandits did what they were supposed to do, and they did it. All right. I didn't really like doing that. I didn't feel good at doing that. It didn't make me happy, didn't bring me any joy. I seen the gambling addicts in there every day losing their rent money and the kids' college money and all that. So yeah, finally I started messing around with these PEVs, and we're here now. So this is much better career. Like I said, it brings me joy, makes me happy, and I love doing it. So anyway, I'm Chris. This is Chris Crossing Wires. If you haven't heard of me, you will hear me, because I intend to make a lot of noise in this e-bike world. No doubt about it. All right, y'all. Take it easy. Take care. Deuces. As my few subs that I have know, this is a Crooked Finger production. We are OUT out. Peace.